My apologies, I started the video too early. Right, I'm doing this video to see how I did pasta, pasta sauce, meatballs, pesto and cheese. So I turned the oven on to 200 degrees, as I was saying. Turned the oven on to 200 degrees. Put some water in the. Put the meatballs into the pan. No, put the meatballs in. Put the meatballs into the oven. The meatballs for Friday and the meatballs I had on today. Well, on Sunday, sorry. Then yeah, and then after that, I then after that I put some more water into the pan. Whilst prior to this, weighed 100 grams of pasta onto the weighing scales, and then one but in between I was put some more water into the pan, then put onto the hob, put onto the hob, um, whilst the meatballs were cooking for 20 minutes, then put onto the hob, turn the hob on so it could heat so it could heat up, and then I'll try not to stop the video this time. And then on 11 minutes, put the pasta in on 11 minutes, and then once put the pasta in, I added the meat. No, I didn't add the meat. No, I put the pasta sauce into the other pan, turned the hob on, and then once the timer beeped, I turned the hobs off, turned the oven off. I turned the oven off, and then I drained the pasta, then put the pasta back into the pan, and then put the pasta sauce into the pan with the pasta. Put the pasta sauce in with the pasta, and then I put the pasta sauce in with the pasta, and then at the end, put the meatballs in. Sorry, put the meatballs into the pan, with the pasta sauce and the pasta, and then added some pesto at the end. This was Friday, and then I cooked. Then and then today, well, on Sunday, obviously then I served onto a plate. Sorry, I served into a bowl. Sorry, and then on Sunday I did the same. Well, I sort of did the same, but apart from I didn't. Well, I sort of did the same, but I didn't because I did turn the oven on, but then I turned it off straight away because I realised I'd already cooked the meatballs on Friday. So yes, I did turn the oven on, but I immediately turned it off because I didn't need to use the oven because so I put the meatballs onto a plate into the microwave, and then in between I cooked the sorry, I did the same. Whereas I put the warm water into the pan, which is exactly what I did on the same thing I did on Friday. It's just like I said, I didn't use the oven this time, so I put so I warmed some water into the pan, put some water in the pan, heated up the pan, and then I measured about the same, about 100 grams of pasta. I put the I put the pasta into the pan. One obviously before it heat the water it heated up the pan. So so I put the pasta into the pan, and then I think it was 8 minutes, whatever it was. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, then after that I added some pasta sauce to the pan. And once the timer beeped, I didn't say this on Friday, but I agree, because obviously this is the same thing, but this I will add it now. But once the timer beeped, but in between I set the microwave to 2 minutes, and then once it had heated up in the microwave, because that's what I was doing at this time, rather than cooking them, I then added I drained the pasta into the colander like I did on Friday, and then put back into the pan. But then this time I put the meatballs from that one that I warmed up onto the plate, and then added the meatballs to the pan. So I then added the meatballs to the pan, and then I put the pasta sauce in, and and then I added some pesto at the end. But I know I didn't say this before, but then I served it into a bowl. Sorry, I served it into a bowl. Sorry, like again I did on Friday, which again they both link because it's the same meal. So on Friday I put the meatballs. I served it onto a bowl on Friday, but then the other 6 meatballs, they were already in a container ready to cook on Sunday. Like I said, well, yeah, on Sunday. But like I say, on Sunday, I served it into a bowl. The meatballs that I'd obviously saved from Friday. But then at the end, once it was onto a bowl, once it was in the bowl, sorry, I grated the cheese onto the pasta, like exactly what I did on Friday when I had this meal.